Hello and welcome to another edition of Tech for Experts and Authors, otherwise known as Tech Talk with Chet. Let me turn the light on there, right? Well, happy Wednesday to you. Just going in my mind. Yeah, it's Wednesday, isn't it, Chet? Yeah. We've been focusing the last couple days on a topic that I absolutely love that I've been teaching for, oh goodness, almost, more than 20 years now, almost 25 years. And that's how to get better video. I taught in a high school program I developed. I've taught hands-on workshops in 40 U.S. states, in Canada, and in Europe. And now I've got online classes and delighted to be with you today to share some thoughts. Today, as I mentioned, is the third day. On Monday, we focused on a topic that I believe lots of folks disregard, and that's the overwhelming importance of clear, good, clean audio. Monday, the years have it. Yesterday, we focused on stability because I believe stability is tranquility when you come to video production. Stabilizing your camera, different thoughts and different techniques, from what's available to small accessories that can help you stabilize your camera. Today, I want to focus on the 5 corners. The 5 corners, otherwise known as composition and framing. Composition and framing, we could spend almost a full day going through composition and framing. And in my upcoming web class, and some of the hands-on workshops I'll be doing around the country next year, later this year, we're going to focus more on that. Things like headroom and look space and walk space. And if you're doing live video, what we call crossing the action axis line, there's a lot of information that's helpful if you're doing more comprehensive videos. But if you're doing videos to market yourself, for example, videos like this that maybe you're doing Facebook Live, maybe you're recording videos for an upcoming course or for promotional material, reaching out to folks to try to get your mission, your message out to the world. Maybe it's the world in your own community. Maybe it's the world in your country or internationally. There are some things you can put into practice today, the next time you shoot some video, that will make a big, big difference. Composition and framing can be broken down to, oversimplified, what's in the video. And a lot of people focus on that. What are you including? For example, what do you have around the edges? Now, a lot of people just look at what do you have in the center of your video. For example, me. You can be creative by going just a little bit off center, by the way. It's a lot of people will tend to shoot dead center like this, but by going just off center a little bit, of course, my shoulder, I'm leaning, but you get a sense, instead, let me move the camera, right? So by going off center just a little bit, it does make a little bit more compelling, a little bit more interesting video. So think about that the next time. Have your primary subject, if it's a single individual, just a little off center instead of dead center. But the thing that I wanted to talk about is not only what's in your video. For example, think about, when I say the 5 corners, the first corner is the center. And I know it's not really a corner, okay? My son, who's heavily into math, my youngest son, is a big math person. He would be saying, Dad. But I'm talking about what's in the center, okay? Your primary subject. And a lot of people only focus on that and disregard the 4 corners around the edge, because what's happening in those 4 corners around the edge not only enhances the video, but they can distract from the video. If you're going live somewhere, if you're recording and there's something just out of frame that people are thinking, what is that? Especially if that thing's moving, if it's another person or something in the side of your video that's distracting, that's going to cause people's attention to go there instead of focus on you. And when we create a video, think of it, it's like, I always used to tell students, it's like the proscenium arch in the theater. Okay, and if you don't have a theater background, the proscenium arch is the big arch when you're sitting in the audience and you're looking at the program and you're seeing the show. It's what the producers, it's what the cast and crew want you to see. They've crafted it in such a way that it's what they want you to see, just like on video. Our lens, the camera we're using, is like a proscenium arch. We're choosing what we want the audience to see, and we're excluding what we don't want the audience to care about. So think again, those 5 corners, your primary subject, and what's around the edge, what's around the outside that enhances from the video, or if it doesn't enhance the video, at least it doesn't distract. It doesn't take away from the video. Now, one of the biggest faux pas, the biggest snafus, the biggest mistakes I see novice video people making, if you're going to record video, is not only what's in the video, but again, what to exclude. And a primary thing to exclude is bright things in your frame behind you. It's fine to have a bright light in front or on the side sharing light. Okay, I've got a nice light over here that's giving me a good bath of light, and a light in front that's giving me light and giving me kind of a three-dimensional look here. But you don't want light behind you. If it's behind you out of frame, that's fine. We call that a backlight or a kicker, but that's another story. But if it's a light that's in the scene, there's a problem. For example, I have a window behind me, and if I lifted those blinds and it was a little bit later in the day, bright light would be coming in. The reason why we want to avoid that is the camera has something called the iris, and the iris is like the human eye, and that adjusts for the amount of available light. And it says, whoa, there's a lot of light there. Let me close down the iris. Well, what it does is it makes it look good with that bright light source, but you get all silhouetted. You're dark. And that's not good for the viewer. The viewer's not seeing you. So you want to be careful to avoid things like lamps, lights, open windows, open doors behind you. Either close the blinds, move the camera, or move your body so that between you and the camera, there is no bright light source behind you. If you did that one thing and avoided that, your videos would look so much better. It looks really amateurish, and even if your message is so compelling and so wonderful, so rich with information and promise, your viewers, many of them are going to tune out. They're not going to pay attention. You're going to lose them, and your mission is missed. So please pay attention to that. The last thing I want to share, since lots of folks are shooting video on their smartphone, maybe you're on an iPhone, maybe you're on an Android phone. I've got my iPhone right here. I wanted to share this with you. There's something called the vertical video syndrome, or VVS. And I know a lot of videographers are on their high horse about it. And I'm not so much, because I understand I do a lot of photography on my iPhone and shoot some video as well. But there's two different modes you can shoot video. There's me with my four-legged family member. This is called portrait mode. Portrait mode. When we turn the camera sideways, we call this landscape. So landscape and portrait mode. Lots of folks shoot video in this mode, in the portrait mode. That's a mistake, because what happens is many of your viewers are going to be viewing it in portrait mode, especially if you have the intention of using it later on your website, if you're planning on using it on LinkedIn, if you're planning on using it on Facebook, if you're planning on using it on YouTube. You want to shoot in portrait mode. If you're using Facebook Live, by the way, the latest update, I think it came out in December this past year, December 2016, that does allow now to do Facebook Live in portrait mode. Originally, it was only in portrait mode. Now you can do it in landscape. But what you have to do is you have to hold your phone in landscape mode before you click the live button on the Facebook app. And that only works from Facebook pages. Okay? Again, if you're shooting video, go ahead and shoot it in landscape. Double thinking here, right? Shoot it in landscape, in the long version, okay? In the long version rather than up and down. Sideways, because it allows you to record it and use it to multi-purpose it. If you're only doing live and you only care about live, you're fine to shoot it however you want. You can shoot it in portrait mode, in up and down. Okay, that's fine. But if you want to multi-purpose it, if you want to use it later, if you want to be part of a DVD series, again, if you want to go on YouTube, you're going to have much better impact going in the landscape mode, and it's not going to give you the black bars on the left and right side. Okay, so that's it for today's program. If you have questions, I'm going to be following up and do a lot more with video, capturing better video. making great video. In fact, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to focus on video capture software, video capture applications on your computer if you're making courses and that kind of thing. I'm going to talk about the three that I have used and the one that I absolutely love the most. That's next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But we have tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, and Thursday on the program, we're going to focus on a how-to question I get asked from time to time, and one that I have used myself, and that's how to get a PDF document onto your iPhone or your iPad, on your smartphone, on your tablet, to take with you. For example, maybe it's a camera operator's manual. Maybe you're going to an important conference, maybe as an attendee, maybe as a presenter speaker, and they've sent you, or you could go to the website and download the conference brochure that has all the wonderful courses and the rooms that you're in and all that stuff. And you want to take it with you. You don't want to have to print it out. There is an easy way to get it to your smartphone or to your tablet to take it with you. I do it. I take the camera manual with me when I've traveled domestically and internationally, because once in a while you want to look up that one little thing and, if I only had my camera manual, right? Well, I bring it with me in my smartphone. That's it for today. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the page. Please tell a friend about it. Sharing is caring, and the more people that know about the resources here, the more people will benefit from using technology more successfully, more creatively, and more securely. My name's Chet Davis, your technology tutor. Delighted to spend a few minutes with you today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, 6:45 a.m. Pacific, 9:45 Eastern. Until then, go out and make it a great day.